Okay, picture this nightmare scenario. You wake up, grab your coffee, check your phone, and bam, your channel has been suspended.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's your Etsy account is frozen.
Oof, yeah. Or worse, you're being sued for copyright infringement.
Exactly. Or, your TikTok account
Oh,
permanently banned. These are like the real fears for anyone starting out with AI side hustles,
yeah.
right? It's such a contrast to that dream of easy money everyone talks about.
It really is. There's a lot bubbling under the surface.
So that's what we're doing today, a deep dive into what they don't tell you, all those hidden traps, the things you really need to think about when you're using AI for, a business venture.
The goal is basically to equip you with the knowledge to navigate this whole AI thing safely, effectively.
Right. Help you avoid the common mistakes, make smarter choices as you build things out.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's kick things off. Let's unpack this. Maybe shocking truth about AI content and copyright, specifically in the US.
Yeah, this one, well, it's fundamental. So, when a human creates something, paints a picture, writes an article, it's automatically copyrighted here in the US. Default protection.
Right, even if you don't register it officially, it's yours?
Correct. Only you can distribute it, legally speaking. But AI-generated content, totally different story right now in the USA. It gets no such automatic protection.
Wait, hang on. So if I spend like hours tweaking prompts in Midjourney, get this amazing image, someone else can just grab it
Yeah.
and sell it on a t-shirt. And I can't do anything.
Legally in the U.S. under current interpretation. Yes, that's pretty much it. Seems unfair, I know, especially if you're trying to monetize that creativity.
Wow.
We actually saw a clear case of this back in 2023. There was an AI artist, Enkit. He tried to register a picture he'd co-created with AI.
Okay.
The U.S. Copyright Office rejected him
Right.
twice, and their reasoning was crystal clear. The originator, the author, has to be human for copyright protection to apply.
That's wild. So what does this actually mean for someone listening right now who's creating AI art or maybe even AI written stuff and hoping to make money from it? What's the real risk?
The risk is stark, really. If you use that AI painting as is, straight out of the generator, anyone in the U.S. could technically take it, slap it on, say wall art, sell it, and you couldn't sue them for copyright infringement because
Yeah.
there's no copyright to infringe.
Okay, so that's terrifying. Is there a way around this, a strategy?
Yes, absolutely. The key is human modification.
Yeah.
Significant human input. So, for example, instead of just copy-pasting a ChatGPT video script,
You rewrite it, put it in your own words.
exactly, your human words, your style, and for AI art, you know how sometimes you get those weird little glitches, an astronaut with different color feet or like a logo that makes no sense on someone's arm?
Oh yeah, the telltale signs.
Right. So the practice is to take that image into something like Photopea or Photoshop, whatever, and you edit it, you tweak it, fix the imperfections, maybe add elements, change colors, basically obscure the purely AI origin.
So you're adding that necessary human authorship layer.
Precisely. That human intervention is what might give you a claim to copyright. It's blurring the lines. Authorship isn't just about the initial idea anymore. It's becoming about how much detectable human effort went into the final thing.
Less about pure inspiration, more about demonstrable tinkering.
Kind of, yeah. It's definitely reshaping how we think about creative ownership.
Okay, so that's protecting your own work. But what about accidentally creating something illegal with AI? That sounds like another potential minefield.
Oh, definitely. And this is where it gets, well, potentially dangerous, depending on how you look at it. The thing is, AI models can generate illegal content if you prompt them the wrong way. And crucially, the responsibility for that content, it lies squarely with the user.
Not the AI company.
Yeah.
Not the AI itself. It's on me if I prompt it, even if I didn't realize it was creating something illegal.
That's the current legal understanding, yes. You're the one publishing or using it.
Wow. Okay, do you have an example? Like, where did this actually happen?
Sure. There's the story of Liam. He was a huge Game of Thrones fan, apparently got tired of waiting for the next book.
Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going.
Yep. He used ChatGPT to essentially write his own version of the next novel, and then he uploaded it to GitHub.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, George R.R. Martin, the actual author, noticed. And his legal team used Liam's AI-generated novel as evidence in their big copyright lawsuit against OpenAI, the makers of ChatGPT.
Ouch. What happened to Liam?
He took the novel down fast, presumably to avoid getting pulled into the legal mess himself, but the lesson is huge.
Don't assume it's safe just because the AI made it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just because an AI can generate something doesn't mean it's legal or safe for you to use or publish. You have to be the gatekeeper, the one ensuring you're not crossing lines.
Which raises another big question. can you even use these AI tools for making money, for commercial stuff? Or are there hidden catches in the fine print, the terms of service?
That's a really, really important point because, yes, some AI tools have terms of service, or TOS, that are, let's say, confusing or even quite restrictive about commercial use.
Like what? Can you give an example?
Okay, take Microsoft's Bing Designer.
Yep.
It's free, uses powerful daily 3 tech for images. Sounds great,
Right.
right?
Free is good.
But the terms state it's for non-commercial personal purposes. Now, for the average person, what does that really mean for a side hustle?
Yeah, that's ambiguous. It doesn't say no commercial use, but it doesn't say yes either.
Precisely. It's murky. Contrast that with using DALL-E 3, the same underlying tech, but through a paid ChatGPT 4 subscription.
Okay.
Their terms are much clearer. They explicitly state you can use the images you create for resale commercially, no need to ask permission.
Ah, okay. So the access point matters hugely.
It absolutely does. The big recommendation here from you is read the terms of service. Like, really read them for any AI app you're thinking of using for a business or side hustle. Don't just click agree.
Good advice. Okay, we've talked legal risks, TOS traps.
Okay.
What about just the plain old cost? Because these AI apps, they're not all free, are they? Can it get expensive fast?
Oh, it can drain your wallet quicker than you think. Many popular AI apps, even their cheapest plans, start adding up. We actually did the math. We took a selection of popular AI tools people use for side hustles, video generators, writers, image tools, and just added up their lowest cost monthly plans.
And the total was?
$249.88 per month.
Wow. Nearly $250 a month just for the basic tiers.
Yep. And here's the kicker. Those basic plans, often they don't give you nearly enough credits or usage for serious, consistent output, so you're quickly forced to upgrade to more expensive plans anyway.
Right. So that $250 is really just the starting point if you're actually trying to scale something.
Exactly. Let's take that automated YouTube AI side hustle idea people talk about.
Okay.
An app like InVideo AI is popular for making those faceless videos. Their lowest plan is, say, $25 a month, but that only gets you 50 minutes of generated video.
It's not much. Like one 12-minute video a week.
Pretty much. Now, compare that to the AI YouTube channels that actually see explosive growth.
Yeah.
40,000 subscribers, 1.4 million views in a month, those kinds of numbers.
Yeah. What are they doing differently?
They're often publishing daily, maybe 15-minute videos each day. To do that with InVideo AI, you'd need their max plan, which jumps up to $60 a month. And that's just one tool.
So if you're serious about scaling your AI venture, these costs stack up really, really fast.
They absolutely do. It's a significant ongoing expense for your business.
So what's the solution then? Just don't scale.
Well, one solution is to actively look for and utilize the powerful free AI tools out there. There are quite a few.
Like what?
Okay, so Canva. Their free account now includes a pretty decent AI-powered video editor, ChatGPT 3.5, completely free, and honestly, it's powerful enough for a lot of side hustle tasks, like drafting scripts or brainstorming ideas.
Okay, good to know. What about images?
For stunning images, completely free, you can actually download and install Stable Diffusion on your own computer. A bit more technical setup, maybe, but then it's unlimited free image generation.
Right, so free options exist if you look for them.
Yeah.
That's crucial for managing costs.
Definitely.
It's funny. We get so excited about AI, it feels like the answer to everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes, is it just slower? Like, is the old way actually faster sometimes?
Yes, absolutely. This is the efficiency trap. AI isn't always the quickest or smartest tool for every single job, even though it feels like it should be.
Okay, give me an example. Where would AI actually slow me down?
All right, imagine you need a simple design for a t-shirt. Just a cute, smiling corgi face. That's it.
Okay, cute corgi, got it.
Now, the AI method. You could go to Midjourney, type in your prompt, wait for the options, maybe reprompt a few times because the smile is weird. Then you upscale the one you like, download it, upload it to Canva, use the background remover tool. All told, maybe, 5 minutes if you're quick and lucky with the prompts.
5 minutes. Okay. Seems reasonable. What's the old-fashioned way?
Go to Canva. Go to their huge built-in library of graphics and clip art. Search corgi face. Find one you like. Click it. Done.
How long does that take?
Maybe 5 seconds.
Wow, okay. 5 minutes versus 5 seconds?
Yeah.
That's a massive difference.
It really is. And it highlights that point. Are you reaching for AI just out of habit now? Or because it's genuinely the best, fastest tool for that specific task?
That's a great question to ask ourselves. Am I using the shiny new toy just because it's shiny?
Exactly. Sometimes simple is faster.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's unpack this. maybe controversial issue of AI censorship,
Yeah.
the guardrails they build in. How can that make certain side hustles really difficult for you?
Yeah, this is a real factor. AI models, especially the big commercial ones, are deliberately designed to refuse certain types of prompts. Controversial questions, sensitive topics, they're programmed to sidestep them.
Right. They don't want the AI saying problematic things.
Yeah. Understandably, from their perspective. But it has consequences for users. Gizmodo did a test, actually. They asked major chatbots a bunch of controversial questions. Google's Gemini flat out refused 10 of them. ChatGPT refused 3.
Okay, so they have different thresholds, but they all have lines they won't cross.
Mhm.
How does this impact someone creating content?
Well, think about your niche. If your side hustle is, say, family-friendly cooking tips, using AI for scripts, ideas, probably totally fine. No controversy there.
Makes sense.
But what if you're in a niche that bumps up against sensitive topics more often, like, say, true crime? That involves violence, potentially disturbing details.
Ah, I see. The AI might just refuse to generate content about the specifics.
It might, or it might give you very sanitized, unusable responses. So in a niche like that, you might genuinely find it easier and faster to just write the scripts yourself, rather than constantly fighting the AI's refusal to engage with the core subject matter.
So the AI's safety features can become a real workflow bottleneck depending on your topic.
Exactly, something you have to factor in.
Okay, this next point. It feels really big and potentially quite disruptive. Could the AI tool you rely on every day just vanish, get banned or shut down?
It's not impossible. It's actually a very real concern right now. Several major AI apps are facing pretty significant lawsuits, and if they lose, yeah, they could potentially be forced to shut down or at least change drastically.
Okay, like who? What kind of lawsuits?
Well, for AI image generators, tools like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, they're facing a big class action copyright lawsuit from a group of artists who claim their work was used without permission to train the AI.
Right, the training data issue.
Exactly. And then there's ChatGPT, OpenAI. They're facing multiple battles. There's that class action suit from authors, including George R.R. Martin, also about copyright and training data.
You mentioned that one earlier.
We did. But there's another, maybe even bigger one. A huge lawsuit directly from the New York Times.
Okay, what's the NYT alleging?
They claim ChatGPT was trained, essentially, by copying and ingesting millions of their copyrighted articles without permission. And they showed evidence that ChatGPT can reproduce chunks of their articles almost word for word.
Wow, like actual identical text.
Yeah, they provided examples with large sections highlighted as basically identical. It was pretty vivid.
What's OpenAI's defense there?
OpenAI argues that the NYT engineers had to use really specific, targeted prompts, maybe tens of thousands of times, to force the AI to spit out those identical sections. They're implying it wasn't just a normal, accidental output.
Okay. But the really crucial part.
The crucial part, and this is what's really relevant for you as a user, the New York Times isn't just asking for money. They're asking the court to order the destruction of the ChatGPT models trained on their data.
Destruction, like wipe it out.
That's what they're asking for, complete destruction.
That's huge. If they won that, anyone relying on ChatGPT for their business would be, well, completely stuck.
Absolutely. So what does this all mean for your business relying on one specific AI tool?
Don't get too attached, I guess.
That's the main takeaway. Don't put all your eggs in one AI basket. Be prepared, be flexible, be willing to switch to other tools if you have to.
Are there alternatives that aren't caught up in these specific lawsuits?
Yes. For chatbots, you've got Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, Elon Musk's Grok. For images, besides DALL-E 3, which is OpenAI, there's Leonardo AI, Adobe Firefly. These generally seem to have used different training methods or licensed data, which is likely why they aren't named in these particular suits.
Okay, so diversify your AI toolkit. Good advice. All right, final point before we wrap up.
Thanks,
This
Ed.
one feels fundamental. AI can just lie.
Well, hey, make stuff up.
Oh, frequently, and often with great confidence. It's absolutely vital to understand that AI apps often provide incorrect or totally fabricated information. You have to fact check.
You sound like you have an example for this, too.
I do. Just recently, I asked ChatGPT to generate 20 quiz questions about Nintendo. Simple enough, right?
Hey, straightforward.
Question 1. What year was Nintendo founded? ChatGPT's answer included the factoid. 1985. Wrong. What's the right answer?
1889. They started as a playing card company, way back. Big difference.
Wow, okay. That's a pretty big error. Any others?
Yep. Later in the quiz, it asked which character wasn't playable in the original Super Smash Bros. Game. It claimed Yoshi wasn't playable.
No way. definitely played as Yoshi in Smash 64 back in like 1999.
Exactly. The correct answer was actually Bowser, who wasn't playable in that first game, but ChatGPT confidently stated it was Yoshi.
That's incredible. It
Mhm.
just gets it wrong but states it like fact. Why does it do that? Is it trying to trick us?
It's not malicious, usually. It's often because the AI's main goal is to generate text that sounds human and coherent. Factual accuracy can sometimes take a back seat, especially if the information wasn't super common or clear in its vast training data. It hallucinates facts to fill gaps.
So the bottom line for you, the user,
You absolutely cannot blindly trust facts generated by AI for your business, your content, anything important. You just can't.
is how do you fact check it effectively?
Well, one simple trick is to ask the AI the same question multiple times, maybe phrased slightly differently. See if you get consistent answers. If it changes its story, that's a red flag.
Okay.
But more importantly, use reliable external sources. Go to well-regarded websites like Wikipedia, which usually cites its sources, or reputable news sites or academic journals if needed to actually verify the information the AI gave you. Always double check.
So it's a tool, but it needs supervision. Constant supervision when it comes to facts.
Precisely.
Okay, so as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, the picture is, well, it's complex, isn't it? AI offers these amazing opportunities, incredible potential for side hustles, for businesses.
Absolutely. The potential is huge.
But it comes with all these significant, often hidden challenges. Legal minefields, financial drains, practical roadblocks.
Yep. The copyright issues, the TOS confusion, the costs, the potential for lawsuits, the reliability issues.
It means success isn't just about being good at writing prompts, is it? It's much more about navigating all this complexity with your eyes wide open, with informed caution.
That's a great way to put it. Informed caution.
So thinking about everything we've discussed today, the legal gray areas, the costs, the limitations, the ethical questions around training data, what final thought should we leave our listener with? What kind of mindset do you think someone needs to really succeed as an AI entrepreneur in this, frankly, unpredictable landscape?
That's a big question, I think. Maybe it comes down to adaptability and critical thinking. Given how fast things are changing, the tech, the laws, the tools themselves potentially disappearing, you can't afford to get locked into one way of doing things. You need to be ready to pivot, to learn new tools, to question the outputs you're getting, and maybe also to constantly ask yourself, am I using this tool responsibly? Am I creating real value? Or just leveraging an algorithm? How does your authorship, your unique human contribution really show up in what you're creating, especially as the definition of that itself keeps evolving? That personal responsibility is going to be key.